So about a year ago I got my hands on my first Super 8 camera. And since then I've gone through 6 rolls of film. So let's dive right in and talk about shooting on Super 8 film. Okay, first things first, we have to choose the right Super 8 camera. Now I know it can be a bit overwhelming with all the options out there, but no fear. Start by checking out online marketplaces, thrift stores and flea markets. You never know what hidden gems you might find. And if you're unsure about the quality of a camera, just hop onto YouTube and search for your specific model. You can find some test footage to help you make a decision. Now if you're still scratching your head about which camera to go for, let me suggest a couple of options. The Canon 310XL and 514XL are both great choices. Personally, I own a Canon 514XLS, which is similar to the Canon 514XL, but a tad heavier. And I also have a Sankyo Super CM600, which is smaller and lighter, but I gotta admit I prefer the image quality of my Canon camera. Alright, now let's talk about film stock. There are different types with their own characteristics, but I will simplify it for you. If you want to watch your film on a projector, go for a color reversal film. And if you want more flexibility in color correction and grading, then a color negative film is what you need. Most of you will probably lean towards the color negative film. So let me recommend 3 options. First up, we got the Kodak Vision 3 50D. This film is daylight balanced, meaning it's perfect for those bright and sunny scenes. It's like setting your camera's white balance to 5600 Kelvin and the ISO to 50. Plus, it has the finest grain, giving you that extra crispness. Next, we have the Kodak Vision 3 200T. This one is tungsten light balanced and it works well both indoors and outdoors. It's like setting your white balance to 3200 Kelvin and your ISO to 200. Some cameras also have a CCA filter, so that you can film with a tungsten balanced film at daylight. And finally, we have the Kodak Vision 3 500T. This film is also tungsten light balanced and it is perfect for low light environments. So, if you're planning to shoot in the dark or dimly lit areas, this is the one for you. Keep in mind, regardless of the film you choose, shooting at 18 frames per second will limit your recording time to just 2.5 minutes. And yeah, that's not a lot, so make every second count. So now we got our camera and film ready. Let's talk about what else we need. Most Super 8 cameras require AA batteries, so let's go and get some. Okay, the great thing is, these cameras handle exposure automatically, just like your smartphone. They can recognize the type of film you insert and adjust the exposure based on the ISO of the film. So, no need to worry about complicated exposure settings. If you look through your viewfinder, you can see the aperture scale on the upper left side. This should move depending on the lighting conditions. And if you want to fix your exposure, you can press down the EE lock. Now, the only manual adjustment you'll need to make is the focus. Just make sure to get that nice crisp shot by adjusting the focus ring. There's a circle at the center of the viewfinder. When both upper and lower images within the circle match, it should be focused correctly. And the best way to focus is at the highest focal length. On the side of the camera, you can see how much film you've already used. Keep an eye on that to know when it's time to change the roll. Now here's one of my favorite things about shooting on Super 8 film. Unlike analog photography, you can change the film in daylight without any issues. Only a few frames will be exposed during the change. And I think this can also be a nice effect for your film. But watch out for dust and hairs. So once you've filled up the entire roll of film, it's time to remove it from the camera. You will notice the words exposed on the small strip, indicating that it's now ready to be processed. Now all you need to do is have the film developed and scanned. 'Cause